Okay. Thank you. Good evening. We'd like to open the Wednesday, August 10th Planning Board meeting. It's approximately 7:15. We apologize for the delay in opening. We were hoping that maybe we would have another member show up so that we could have a quorum. So that said, we don't. But those present currently are Pam Humphrey, member, Mark Marziotti, acting chairman but member. We have Dominique, who is from CMRPC, who has been our interim planner and has done a great job. Thank you. And our new planner, Don Johnson. So welcome, everybody. That said, unfortunately, there's not anything that we can vote on as a board because we don't have a quorum, and I apologize for that. If there's any items or topics or comments that any of the attendees would like to make, they're welcome to come up and sign in and share any information.
Where are we left with? How do we go forward? I have an A&R of 377 Dudley Road.
Okay.
Kind of under a timeline because the property is sold and they're going to be closing on the 26th.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to get this approved before then.
Okay.
So the next meeting won't be till the 24th where we left.
Right. So that's when the next meeting is. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
I'm Chris Brenner.
Chris.
I'm at the property at 170 Dudley Road
Okay.
in Oxford. And my neighbor Judy Steginger, who owns the property in Dudley, is splitting up her lot.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Unfortunately, this board is a volunteer board, and if someone is not able to make it, they're unfortunately not able to make it. We've had some issues. We've got one board member who's out on medical leave, and we have another board member whose seat expired, so they've left the board. We last meeting we actually assigned a former board member, Guy Horn, to take place of the Mr. Holt, who's out on medical leave, and so we're doing our best to try to fill the seats. And you know, one other member wasn't able to make it this evening, so unfortunately, it's going to have to wait till the 24th. We can have a look at potentially trying to see if we can get a meeting put together for next week, next Wednesday. I don't even know what my schedule looks like, but I can certainly have a look. We can share the information with the planner and Don, and he can get back to you and let you know if it's something that we can do. Do we have enough time to? We have enough time to post an agenda, right?
I'm not sure. I want to make sure we have enough time on the form applications themselves, because let's react to them in 21 days. So the one for Oxford Road came in on July 27th. We only have 21 days to act on the Form A plan once it's submitted.
Okay.
So July 27th.
The other one came in August 2nd. So.
The 3rd, the 10th, the 17th, the 24th would be 5 weeks.
So that would be, what did you say, Don? I'm sorry, 27
Has
days?
to be acted on within 21 days.
21, so what?
3 weeks.
So the 24th would be too late. But the 17th, that's still, what, 1, 7, 4, that's the 21st day.
So that would be next
21st day.
Wednesday?
Next Wednesday is the 21st day since the application was received.
That may be a problem because it has to be filed the following day.
Okay.
I have to look into that one.
Okay, so like I said, I haven't even asked Ms. Humphrey if she's available. I just looked at my calendar, and I am available. I can't speak for Mr. Guerin.
I could make it.
Okay, you could make it. So what we'll do is we'll see if we can't find out if Mr. Guerin is available and can attend, and we'll the planner will actually find that out, and then we'll notify you if, in fact, we can do that. And we'll try to reconvene next Wednesday as opposed to the 24th.
What happens if it goes over the 21 days?
If it goes over the 21 days, Don, it has to be resubmitted?
Be resubmitted, or it has to be signed by the town clerk.
Okay. So either resubmitted or signed by the town clerk? So the town clerk can override the 21 days?
It's not exactly how it works, but if the plan gets approved by default, it goes to the town clerk. Signature, yeah.
So the town clerk approves it?
It doesn't have to be resubmitted.
No.
It's automatically approved by town clerk.
Okay.
So either way, next Wednesday it'll be approved.
Would she have to approve it, or could she say no?
She's able to approve it.
Mhm.
And this has happened many times.
Right.
As Mark said, it's a volunteer board, it's tough,
Mhm.
tough, tough, tough. But you only have 21 days to act upon it, and after that, it's default.
Okay.
And there's no reason for or not to sign it.
Right. It's an A&R, I understand, and we, you know, if we together here could, we would, but,
Oh,
yeah.
Mark, all these people that do volunteer on these boards, it's just amazing that they show up.
Yeah. So,
Okay. Thank you.
all right, Chris, yeah, sorry. So we'll, I think it'd probably be important, regardless of whether it's just automatically approved. I think we should still try to hold a meeting on Wednesday just to kind of be diligent about, you know, having a look at it. We can look at it now, and I have, and I know Pam has looked at it. I don't see any issue with it, obviously. So,
I'd feel better
yeah,
being able to do it here.
just having an official meeting about it.
Yeah.
So, would you please check in with Mr. Guerin and check to see if he's available next Wednesday? And are you available next Wednesday? Okay. And get back to, I'm sorry, Chris, what is your last name?
Brenner. B-R-E-N-N-E-R.
Okay. And do you have a way to contact him, Don?
We have.
Do you have
yes,
your
I
phone
believe-
You
number?
should have my phone number. I left it yesterday.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you mind providing that to us one more time, just in case?
508-404-8290.
8290.
Any other comments, Mr. Candido?
Everybody, my name is Ken Candido. I'm also the A&R. This is the last one on the agenda for 207 Dressel Road.
Mhm.
I am in the same situation as the Brenners. Mine will expire on the 23rd, so the 24th meeting isn't going to help me, and I have assigned purchase and sales to close at the end of this month, so I'm sort of between a rock and a hard place as
Mhm.
well.
Are you possibly available next Wednesday, Mr. Candido?
I'm sure that I am. If I have to change my plans, I'll be
Okay. Okay, so regardless of whether you are or aren't, we'll put it on the agenda, and if you can make it, great. If you can't, then what will happen is it will be automatically approved by the town clerk. But we'll, my recommendation would be that we have the board have a look at it and, you know, make an approval on it regardless of whether you're here or not.
I'll make sure that I am here.
Okay, great.
I compliment the board on this young lady who gave me assistance when I came into the office. She did a wonderful job. She's a compliment to the town. She's very helpful.
Absolutely, great. Thank you for that, Mr. Candido.
May I ask a question, Mark?
Yeah, sure.
You're typically a 5-person board, aren't you?
Mhm.
Have you gone before the selectmen to get that 5th person to take some pressure off you?
Yes. Well, we're missing, there's one seat that's open. We have had some discussions with Mr. Valiakonis regarding that, and we're looking for potential volunteers. So,
I did raise my hand. Volunteer. I'm already a volunteer.
Uh-huh. I understand. Okay. Yeah, we're diligently looking, like I said, and it was difficult to rope Mr. Horn back in.
Well, he did such a good job for so many years.
Yeah. He stated that he had the shortest retirement of any planning board member. Anyway, I apologize.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
You too.
Good night, thank you.
So, that gets us through all the items up to G. H, we have a settlement agreement regarding open meeting law. We can share information about that. If anyone had watched the selectmen's meeting, there was a settlement agreement regarding the open meeting law violation that the planning board unfortunately had. I don't even recall the date, but anyhow, and so that was settled, which is good news. And next meeting on August 24th, we're actually having open meeting law training by town council. So that's something that we're looking forward to participating in.
When I spoke with town council today, we were talking about how we usually have short items first, the Form A plans and things of that type that don't take very long. So it was suggested that we have that after that session, probably like maybe at 7:15 or so.
Okay,
So you want to schedule a specific time, like 7:15 or 7:30.
great. Yeah, it all depends on the agenda. So I don't want to keep town council waiting, but I also don't want to keep the townspeople waiting. So we'll have to evaluate the agenda when it gets close to determine position, and then we can ask town council to show up at an appropriate time.
Tentatively, I'd say 7:15, maybe possibly 7:30, depending on how the load is and quick items.
Okay. All right, great. Well, we can certainly talk about that. The next item is the planner's plate, and I don't know if there's anything that the planners would like to share.
Report in there under I.
Say that again?
Under I, I have a report in there,
Okay,
in your folder.
all right. Would you mind just sharing that with us?
Sure. Reported on the associate member appointment. We've already discussed that.
Mm-hmm.
Appointment of a chair. I know that Marcia Wagner wasn't going to be here tonight, and she had asked me that she not be appointed chair, but that she would be willing to be vice chair.
Okay.
Okay. Pierre Point Estates. I've sent you a copy of the report from Graves Engineering. I think it speaks for itself. He recommended that the grade is not a problem. The grade in the roadway itself is not a problem, but the grading of the slopes is an issue that he doesn't recommend giving that waiver on.
That's the plan that we looked at last meeting, right?
Yes, the one with the grading change and then the connection of the two roads where they widened it.
Right.
Moved the grass strips.
Okay. So, Don, what we had suggested is that we were approving it conditionally until Graves Engineering had an opportunity to look at it. And he's making a recommendation to not allow that. So,
To allow one, but not the other one.
right.
Right.
So, I guess the recommendation would be at this point that we notify the applicant that one was approved but the other wasn't, and ask them to redraw the change and come before us again.
You voted contingent upon something? I don't know if you can really do that. We may be able to have the applicant come in and do the work and come in and present it, but it's no guarantee that that's what the board is going to vote on, I would say. But it takes a board vote to make that kind of change.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So since we don't have a quorum, we can't make that recommendation? I mean,
I can do it on the belief that the board will approve it.
well, the,
The chances are the board will approve it because it was contingent upon his recommendation.
right. It was contingent upon the board's recommendation, and so it's come back indicating that Graves did not agree with the changes that were, or the exceptions that the applicant was looking to make, or asking us to make.
I can explain the situation to the applicant and see how he wants to present it. I can do that.
But again, I'm not sure that it's his decision. You see what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, the board said, we will allow these two as long as our town engineer, our consulting town engineer, agrees. He agreed with one, but he didn't agree with the other.
Right.
So I think the decision that the board made was, if he approved it, great. If he did not, then we need to have him go and
Right.
fix it the way Graves is suggesting.
Right.
And so that's what I think we should share with the applicant.
We can certainly do that, but I still think we should have another vote at the next meeting. Could be on a special agenda meeting if you have one next Wednesday, for that matter.
Okay.
Get it moving. In the meantime, I can have the applicant do the preparation.
Okay. Sounds good.
Would they be asked to come next week and present something to
You
us?
can do that. You can ask them if they'd like to do that. Well, you know, as soon as I hear.
Okay. Anything else?
Well, we can go through some of the things that I've done and some of the things I expect I'm going to be doing over the next 2 weeks. It's the report. So Dominic's assistance has been outstanding in getting me used to the way things are filed around here, and office files and the filing systems, the electronic files, office procedures, and I'm glad she was here to get me through that. There's always a lot to learn when you get to a new job, just especially if there's nobody there to give you that transition. I'm glad she was there. She did an excellent job on that.
Mm-hmm.
I
We
set up-
asked her how much longer she has, and she said 1 hour.
Yeah.
You're aware of that, right, Don?
Yeah, I'm well prepared. Fine.
That's what she said.
I set up linkages to websites that are applicable to everyday planning activities. For example, the Mass Planners Listserv, general laws, some state agencies that provide various funding and grant opportunities and relative to laws and what have you. I'm setting up a system that we can monitor a little bit more closely what the amounts of the sureties are that we have, bond amounts that we have left in subdivisions,
Mhm.
when and if they expire, how much work is going to be done. And Jeff Walsh from Graves was instrumental in that too. He gave me a tour of the town, most of the active projects going on, and listed them. Actually, you'll see there in the package too.
Okay.
That was very instrumental in getting me up to speed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on that. We'll see where it goes. It'll take me a few weeks. Naturally, I reviewed the A&R plans and the Tobin Farm Estates plans and the files on that. Also, I spoke to the town administrator several times and the town council. Reviewed the correspondence relative to appointing a temporary planning board member and the settlement agreement. Major activities I expect over the next 2 weeks. Prepare correspondence resulting from this meeting, which I may not do till the 17th at this point in any great detail.
Mm-hmm.
Prepare for the August 24th meeting. Continue work on sureties applicable to the completion of updates to ongoing projects. I think we should be hearing from the town clerk shortly on the approval of the Attorney General's office on the zoning articles that were done
Mhm.
at the town meeting.
In May.
Yeah, they usually come in around, July, early August typically.
Okay.
So, once that's done, I'll incorporate that into the zoning regulations and zoning bylaw. I mean, we'll go from there. I expect we'll be looking at economic development. The Economic Development Committee is meeting on the 18th. I'll be at that meeting.
Okay.
And we're monitoring the progress. I noticed there's nothing going on right now with the projects, with the Stevens Mill rehabilitation project in the Village District,
Mhm.
Village Zoning District.
Right. There's, yeah.
Keeping up on that.
Yeah, we're waiting to have a full board before we actually do a walk. We had a couple dates scheduled,
That's what I
but
thought. Yes.
for one reason or another, we weren't able to make it.
Yeah. Okay. We get time for the snowflies.
Yeah.
I'll continue the work on the Green Communities Project.
Mhm.
And like I said, I'm going to work on formatting the subdivision regulations so that they can be posted on the website along with the zoning bylaw.
Okay.
Anything else? And anybody would like? One thing, though, is that if you notice, the town meeting warrant is open. It's closing on the 26th, I believe it is, the 26th of September. So if there's any articles you want to prepare between now and then, just let me know as soon as you can, and we'll get to work on them. One thing that needs to be proposed for an article or two is the fee for the running the ads, was it?
Oh, yes. The town planner ad and the planning board warden articles. Those ran in May, and then we had a couple of meetings that were canceled or there was no quorum, so the bills were not paid by the close of the fiscal year. And I didn't know that was a problem. So we cannot, per Department of Revenue, we can't pay FY16 bills with FY17 funds. So as it has become clear to me from Don and others, the option is to get authorization at town meeting to pay those advertising bills.
You
Okay.
take it to the fall town meeting to get the bills paid, in other words.
What bills weren't paid?
They are two bills from Stonebridge Press. One is for the town planner job description. The second is for the spring annual town meeting planning board warrant articles.
Yeah, it's due to timing. So, yeah, so that's fine.
We'll have to at least submit those. I don't know if there'll be any.
Yeah.
others. If there's any zoning or anything you would like me to take a look at.
Not at this time. I don't.
No, nothing.
If there's some recommendations you have, I think we'd certainly be interested in hearing. I know you just come on, just come
Still
on.
working on that, yeah. It's,
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. Might come up with some things, we'll see.
Yeah, okay.
The next 2 weeks, we'll see what we can do.
Great. Okay, well, thank you. That's, sounds like it's been a busy couple weeks. Again, I want to extend the board's gratitude to Dominique. Dominique works full-time for Central Mass Regional Planning in Worcester, a great resource that we use on a regular basis, and she's a perfect example of the sort of things that and the resources that that can be provided from CMRPC. And you heard an applicant and a town resident, speak highly of Dominique, and so I can't say enough about how she's been able to help us from the old planner to our new planner, and in 2 weeks worked obviously very closely and got Don up to speed. However, Don is well up to speed in that he's got many, many years of town planning experience, so we're surely in good hands. But thank you, Dominique, for your
Definitely.
contribution.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, too.
Okay, we already had our comments from the audience. Pam, do you have anything you want to raise?
No, I don't.
Okay. So our next meeting is going to be held, our next official meeting is going to be held on 8/24, 2 weeks from tonight. But as you heard, there's a possibility that we may have a meeting this coming Wednesday. And if in fact we do have a meeting this coming Wednesday and there's a way in which we can bring forward some of the agenda items for the 24th, I'd certainly like to have a look at that so that we can maybe avoid meeting 3 times this month.
We're anticipating Gary Brackett at the meeting of the
Oh,
20th.
right. So that's not going to happen.
Or maybe he could make it to the 17th.
There's a possibility, I wonder, I mean, let's just say, for example, that we get a quorum, we speak to the other members, we can get a quorum on, say, Monday or Tuesday next week, rather than a Wednesday,
Just to come in and review those A&Rs.
just to do those 2 items.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Maybe it might, someone may be able to make it on Monday or Tuesday, but not Wednesday,
Right,
so that may be
right.
a possibility.
We just need to make sure that we notify Mr. Candido and Mr. Brenner.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay, great. So we'll just wait to hear back from you on that. And really, it comes down to whether Sean can make it or not. He's really the only.
Do we know when Marcia's coming back?
Oh, right. And
I don't know if she'll be out for,
I'll
she's
I can't remember what she said.
going somewhere this week.
She's in Florida right now, I know that.
I don't know if she'll be back next week or the
Yeah.
week after or whatever it is, but she certainly gave the indication she'd be back on the 24th, so.
Okay. Very good. We'll wait to hear about that. Thank you. And we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Okay, second. All those in favor? Aye?
Aye.
Opposed?